We hear a lot about digital dementia, this idea that screens are somehow bad for our brains as we age.
Right. It's a common concern.
But what if that's not the whole story? What if the very tech we're sometimes wary of could actually be, well, protective?
Exactly. Today we're digging into some really quite groundbreaking research, a new meta-analysis, actually.
And it suggests that actively using technology might significantly lower your risk of cognitive decline later in life. We're talking potentially slashing the odds by up to 58%.
It's a huge number. So our mission today is to really unpack this study. We want to explore how these digital tools might keep minds sharper, what the benefits are, and importantly, what it all means for you.
Okay, so let's get into this meta-analysis. It sounds pretty substantial, not just one study.
No, not at all. This is big picture stuff. They pooled data from 57 different studies. Think of it as a study of studies.
Wow.
And the total number of people involved, over 411,000 adults, all aged 50 and over.
That's a massive sample size.
And the headline finding again, older adults who actively use technology, and that active part is key, had up to 58% lower odds of developing cognitive impairment.
And cognitive impairment meaning things like memory problems, trouble thinking clearly.
Precisely. Declines in memory, thinking, reasoning skills that can start to interfere with daily life.
Okay. And it wasn't just about whether they developed impairment, was it? There's something about the rate of decline, too.
Yes, exactly. For those using tech actively, their cognitive decline over time was slowed down significantly. We're looking at around 26 to 34% slower compared to people who hardly ever or never use technology.
That's really compelling evidence.
It really is. So much so that it's led scientists to coin this new term, technological reserve.
Technological reserve. Okay, that sounds important. Most of us have probably heard of cognitive reserve, right? The idea that education and mental challenges build brain resilience.
That's the one. Cognitive reserve is like your brain's backup capacity, built up through things like education, complex jobs, learning new skills throughout life.
So how does technological reserve relate to that?
Well, it's basically the same principle, but applied specifically to technology. It suggests that regular, meaningful engagement with digital tools can build up a similar kind of mental resilience.
So instead of digital dementia, we could almost think of it as digital resilience.
That's a great way to put it. It completely reframes the conversation.
Okay, but you stressed meaningful engagement. What does that look like in practice? Because I suspect mindlessly scrolling through social media feeds probably doesn't count.
You're absolutely right. The benefits aren't linked to that kind of passive consumption or just endless screen time. It's about active use.
Such as?
Think about sending emails, figuring out online banking, maybe learning how to use a new app on your phone or tablet.
Okay.
Or making video calls with family, playing, challenging online games, even researching topics online that you're genuinely interested in.
So it's the interaction. The problem solving, adapting to something new.
Exactly. That's where the brain boost seems to come from. It's the mental effort involved.
Right. So this technological reserve, how does it actually work? How does, say, learning a new app translate into a sharper brain? What are the mechanisms?
The researchers identified 3 main pathways based on the analysis. The first one is probably the most straightforward: mental challenge.
Makes sense, like exercise for the brain.
Pretty much. Every time you download that new app or fiddle with a setting you don't quite understand or learn how to share a photo in a different way, your brain is actively problem solving. It's forming new neural connections, keeping those mental circuits firing. It's like weightlifting for your neurons in a way.
I like that analogy. Okay, mental challenge is pathway 1. What else did they find?
The second pathway is social connection. And we know just how critical this is for brain health overall.
Absolutely. Isolation is a known risk factor for dementia and cognitive decline. So how does tech help here?
Well, it can be a powerful tool to bridge distances and combat loneliness. Think about video calls with grandkids who live far away. Or using messaging apps like WhatsApp to keep in touch with friends, joining online forums or Facebook groups based on hobbies, knitting groups, book clubs, whatever it might be.
So it maintains those social bonds.
Exactly. It helps maintain those vital social networks, which we know are hugely protective for the brain. Technology can break down geographical barriers to connection.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Mental challenge, social connection. What's the third pathway?
The third one is a really interesting concept they call digital scaffolding.
Digital scaffolding, what does that mean? Like tech supporting our mental processes.
That's a great way to think about it. Imagine using phone reminders for appointments or medications.
Okay, I use those.
Or using GPS for navigation instead of trying to memorize complex routes. Digital calendars, medication management apps, all these tools act as sort of external memory aids.
Ah, I see. They take some of the load off.
Precisely. They reduce the daily cognitive burden, the stress of having to remember every little thing. This frees up your brain's resources to focus on more complex thinking and problem solving.
So it helps maintain independence and confidence too, I imagine.
Absolutely. By offloading some of that routine mental effort, tech allows the brain to function more efficiently overall. It's like having a helpful assistant.
Mental challenge, social connection, digital scaffolding. 3 clear ways tech can help.
Let's maybe make this a bit more concrete. Can we talk about some real-life examples? You mentioned these findings reflect global patterns.
Yeah, definitely. Let's take someone like Miriam. She's 72.
Okay.
She got her first smartphone around age 65. Initially, it was just to use WhatsApp to talk to her kids who live overseas.
A common starting point for many.
Right. But then she gradually got more comfortable. She started doing video calls. Then she learned how to order her groceries online, which was a big step. And now she apparently plays a daily word puzzle app. She says she feels, quote, mentally sharper than she did 10 years ago.
That's fantastic. And it shows that gradual adoption building confidence.
Exactly. It wasn't overwhelming. She built up her skills and her technological reserve step by step. What about someone using tech for maybe more complex learning?
Good example is David. He's 80, a retired engineer.
Okay.
He decided to take up online photography courses. So he wasn't just learning the creative side. He had to get his head around editing software.
Which can be tricky.
Oh, definitely. And then uploading his images, sharing them on online forums, interacting with other photographers, it's kept his mind incredibly active, giving him a real creative outlet, too. It's a constant learning process.
That's a great example of the mental challenge aspect. And you had one more, Sophia.
Yes, Sophia, she's 68. Her story highlights the health and confidence angle. She started using a health app.
Like a fitness tracker.
Yeah, tracking her steps, joining walking challenges online with friends, monitoring her diet through the app.
How did that impact her?
She reported feeling much more in control of her health. But interestingly, that success and confidence with the health app actually spurred her on to try other types of technology, too.
So one positive experience builds confidence for the next.
Exactly. And again, these aren't just nice stories. They genuinely mirror the patterns emerging from the large-scale research. Active, purposeful engagement is key.
It really does flip the script, doesn't it? This whole digital dementia fear. Maybe we've been looking at it the wrong way.
It certainly challenges that narrative. The evidence suggests technology, used correctly, could be a powerful protective tool for aging brains, building that reserve.
But we need to be careful about the nuances, right?
Yeah.
It's not all screen time that's beneficial.
Absolutely. The crucial point, mindless scrolling for hours, probably not helping your cognition. And overuse, of course, can interfere with sleep, physical activity, real-world interactions. That's not good.
So tech should complement life, not replace face-to-face things.
Precisely. It's about enhancement, connection, support, not withdrawal. Balance is essential.
And thinking ahead, this research mostly looks at today's older adults, right?
Yeah,
People who often adopted tech later in life.
that's right.
Does that raise questions about future generations, people who've grown up with screens since childhood? Will they see the same benefits?
That is the big open question for future research. We don't know yet if the cognitive benefits will be the same for digital natives. It's something researchers will definitely be tracking. But for today's older adults, the message seems overwhelmingly positive.
Okay, so for anyone listening who is maybe a bit older, or perhaps helping an older relative or friend navigate tech, what are the practical takeaways? How can someone start building this technological reserve?
Good question. There are some simple steps. First, and perhaps most importantly, start small.
Don't try to learn everything at once.
Exactly. Avoid overwhelm. Pick 1 or 2 things that seem useful or maybe even fun. A messaging app, online banking, a puzzle game. Master that first.
Makes sense. What's next?
Second, really lean into the social connection aspect. Use those messaging apps, try video calls, maybe join an online group for a hobby you enjoy. Keep those social ties strong.
Okay, socializing online counts. Third,
mix fun with function. Don't just use tech for practical things like reminders. Try some engaging activities, too. Strategy games, language learning apps, things that make you think a bit.
keep it buried.
Yep. Fourth, related to that, try to challenge yourself regularly. Don't just stick with the apps you know inside out. Make a point of trying something new occasionally. A new feature, a different app. That keeps the learning going.
That continuous learning piece seems really important.
It is. And finally, number 5, balance is key. Remember, tech is a tool. Combine its use with getting outdoors, pursuing offline hobbies, spending quality time with people in person.
Right. It's part of a healthy lifestyle, not the whole thing.
Exactly, a holistic approach.
So the big takeaway here seems to be technology isn't just a young person's game.
Not at all. When you use it mindfully, actively, it can be a really vital tool for older adults, helping maintain brain sharpness, keeping you connected, supporting independence. It's potentially a powerful ally against cognitive decline.
It's a hopeful message. Maybe the future of brain health isn't just about finding the right pill.
It might just be sitting right there in your pocket or on your desk.
So next time you're sending a text or figuring out how to join that video call or even trying a new brain game app,
think of it as a workout for your mind, a small investment in your technological reserve.
a great way to think about it. Thanks for breaking down this fascinating research for us.
My pleasure. It's exciting stuff.
Lots to think about there. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into keeping our minds sharp and connected as we age.